It's our GridironNow.com signing day special. We talk recruiting. Now let's take an SEC overview, if you will. Frank Frangie, along with our recruiting editor, Jamie Newberg. All right, big picture. Who caught your eye today on signing day in the SEC?
Probably Georgia, considering, all the things Kirby Smart had to do, as a coach for really two teams for a while. Assemble a staff, identify what's on your roster, what's not on your roster, keep the committed players committed at Georgia, and then finish out the class. The key was Jacob Eason. They closed strong today. My big question moving forward, what is Kirby going to do with a full year to recruit? You don't see coaching change teams finish in the top 10. They may be in the top 5. Great job by Kirby. I love what Ole Miss did. I think this class is as star-studded as their 13 group, but it's deeper. They get the quarterback in Shea Patterson. They get the #1 left tackle in the country in Greg Little, and athletes at every single position down the board. Great job by you, Chris.
All right, let's talk about some specifics. Let's start with Florida. 1 year now, Jim McElwain's been there. Got the 2 quarterbacks. Did a great job before signing day. Got one they didn't expect. Lost a few on signing day. How'd they do?
I think they did well because, to me, the primary need is retooling that offense, rebuilding that roster, getting more skill and speed and athletes on the edge. And that's what they did with Freddie Swain, Tyree Cleveland on National Signing Day. The good groups of running backs led by the junior college kid. I would have liked to have seen them maybe get another offensive lineman, maybe 2, because we know that's a rebuild as well. Nonetheless, on the offensive side of the ball, I think they did really well. And obviously the key is going to be the development of both those quarterbacks.
2 coaches in the West, interesting. Les Miles sort of on the hot seat last year, but survived. Gus Malzahn could be on it this year. How did Auburn and LSU do? They both had some questions at quarterback for sure.
They're different because LSU was basically done coming into National Signing Day, and to me, they hit an absolute home run across the board from top to bottom throughout that class, except at the one key position, which happens to be the most important position, that being quarterback. They lost Felipe Franks because of the season and the turmoil surrounding his less staying, his less going. He goes to Florida. They end up with Lindsey Scott. I don't know if he's the long-term answer, which is not going to bode well for LSU. Auburn, on the other hand, was putting together a good group. They needed defensive ends. They landed those guys. They needed quarterbacks and landed those guys. They had a nice signing day, getting Nate Craig Myers, his brother Javon. So they did a nice job in closing well, replenishing some areas they needed, some guys in depth, and they get the quarterbacks.
Final question, Alabama. They always do well. Boy, they had a charge on signing day, didn't they?
They always do. The great ones always do it, and they do it every single year. It's all about consistency and doing it every day, closing strong. They get their linemen on both sides of the ball. They get their backers. They get their corners. They needed running backs. They get a couple there. Got some skilled guys. Just another tremendous group by Nick Saban.
Great work. That's Jamie Newberg. Here's our recruiting editor. That is our SEC coverage of recruiting and of signing day on GridironNow.com.